All right. Welcome to the coffee break, Autodesk Platform Services Coffee Break, formerly Forge. This is the episode number 63. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Happy New Year. That's the first coffee break of the year. And as usual, this is a very open space. So any questions or topics or projects that you're working on, any things that you want to discuss, if you have a coffee as well, feel free to grab your coffee. And let me hand over to you if you have any questions or topics that you'd like to bring up. So just open your microphone. You're also welcome to open your camera. And again, Happy New Year. Anything interesting going on?
You too.
Thank you.
Okay. Since everybody has the microphone muted, I ran into a problem today with my development team. And I don't know if we're doing something wrong or if it's something that's a problem with Forge. So I thought I asked it here, if it's okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What happened is we have we're working on a configurator application for Inventor files. So it is not exactly Autodesk, well, not exactly Revit, but what we found out, what the development team noticed today, is that they could not run a design automation job for Inventor 2023 files. They had no problem if they used the 2022 file, but if they try to upload and configure a model that was saved in 2023, then it didn't work for them.
Okay.
And I thought it weird.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish, please.
I thought it was weird because, well, Inventor 23 is already supported for almost a year, so I can't imagine that the Forge doesn't support it or design systems. So it is the new format. So that I was curious. Could we be doing something wrong? Is there some kind of option that we have to add to the design automation job that informs the server that it needs to process it on the 2023 Inventor, or should it detect it automatically?
No, it doesn't detect anything, right? So first is that we support multiple versions of the engine. Mm-hmm. But when you define the activity, right, you say, I want to run this activity against version 2022, 2023, right? So you define that when you run your job.
Okay.
So, yes. So go ahead.
So this may be a configuration error from their side that they overlooked or didn't know they have to set.
So. The part that caught my attention is that you mentioned it was working before and it's not working anymore. So that's a bit strange. So
excuse me, Gustav. Okay. I didn't listen very carefully, Mark, but what is the problem with the Inventor?
No, there's not a problem with the Inventor file. What happens is that we have design automation job, so code that we need to run on the Inventor file to manipulate it, and that works. It worked until now, basically until a couple of days back. It worked. So we could upload the Inventor file, the configuration, the XML, and all the other stuff, and it would run the add-in and then generate an IM file and send that back. So that works fine. But now we have some new models, and they don't work. So we don't.
Trying to produce any documentation in your plugin.
Could you please repeat it?
Do you try to create some documentation, drawings in your plugin?
No, we basically just apply some parameters. We change some parameters and run an iLogic script in it. So we don't do anything unique, just an iLogic.
I have a similar situation with the drawings because you cannot use old templates, for example, from 2022 with 2023 parts, but it is for documentation only. But for,
Okay.
for your problem, I don't know really. Adam is not here.
Yeah, but maybe
Okay, so
I will have to look if that may be a problem, and maybe we send some information along with the bundle that that triggers this. I will have the
just
team development look into it.
yeah, just a couple points here, right? So first is engines, right? So there is a get engines endpoint, right? That gets you a list of all the engines available. This list here is not complete. It's just for explaining, right? But you should get something like this: Inventor 23, Inventor 22, etc. All the versions we support now. So that's the first thing. You see if the version you want is available. Then when you define the activity, you specify the engine, saying I want to run against version Inventor 2023, right? And once that's defined, then we are always going to open Inventor 23 to run your work item.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, now if you're still having trouble or any problems, right? You can always submit a support ticket. What I would ask you is that you submit the work item ID so we can see what's happening there. So we need two things. We need the work item ID and we need the report that comes out of that work, of that execution. The work item ID is there, but so just the report is enough. But it's also a good practice to, whenever you run an automation, to keep the reports on your side. So you keep all the reports so you can go back to them and see what happened there, and we can help you identify the problem.
Yeah, I will. Okay, I will meet the team tomorrow because it's already late here. You're starting the day, I'm ending it. But yeah, okay, that's. I will need to contact them about getting the endpoint and check if they set the engines in the job correctly. And I probably think that they didn't know they had to do that because until now we only had one type of Inventor files, and they copied an existing job, design automation job to work with, and I think that they didn't realize they have to make this change now.
Yeah, and let me also share something interesting with you, right? So if you go to the APS portal and go to the community, all events, if you scroll down, there is this doctor's in. So this is the coffee break we are running today. This is doctor's in. If you click here, it goes to Calendly. And you are in Netherlands, right? So Adam Nagy is there in the UK. He knows a lot about Inventor. And you can just click here and select, I don't know, this Friday. He has some time available for you to book some time with him if you have additional questions. I mean, Adam or anyone on the team, right? Anyone that's available. I'm just mentioning Adam because he's on the same time zone, so it should be easy. Madhuka knows a lot about he knows a lot about that as well. He's in India, and he's available on Thursday tomorrow, so maybe better for you.
Yeah, but I will first. I have a lot of information that I need to check, and hopefully we can solve it, and we don't need. But I know that we can. I know now how we can get additional information if we need help. Thank you.
We're here to help. Just let us know.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. Interesting point.
Thank you.
Any other? What else do we have going on this week? Though coming back from vacation is interesting because you have to clean up your inbox, right? That's what I'm doing this week. It's still some time to get that, but I know that we have lots of interesting things. I just want to show two things for you. So the first one is about the alpha release of the OSS SDK in .NET. So if you're using OSS in .NET and you want to be part of the early beta, you can apply here. And OSS is an interesting one because it's really about uploading and downloading files. So there's a lot to do here, especially around resumable upload, which is can be tricky sometimes. So yeah, the SDK is here for that. And the other one is about issues v2 release, and that's also early this year. There are a few new endpoints if you're using BIM 360, and the v2 is just to improve some things from the original version. Why am I logging out? Oh yes, yeah. It's not ACC. ACC was released a few months back. It is v2 for BIM 360. If you're using BIM 360 yet. Two interesting things. And it's important that this is not compatible with ACC, right? So this is just BIM 360. I'm trying to remember, I know anyone here is using BIM 360 or ACC APIs.
We are going to. We are not at that point yet, but we will be. We will support that, but we may switch over entirely to ACC because that's shaping up the standard for the Netherlands. A lot of we were a bit slow to adapt BIM 360, and now that ACC is basically becoming the new platform, it appears that support for ACC is much more important than BIM 360 for us. But we in our application, we already in a different website, we already have basically worked around because we started before the issue API existed. So we already worked on creating our own. So that if it isn't available in ACC, we can still work with it.
What kind of project you are trying to automate with the API?
For the API, that's configurators. Companies that have basically just a sales support tool, where we create a website for companies, and then on the website they can show their products and give a list of options that the users can try, and then we use design automation to create the correct model and show that. So the end user, basically the customer.
But how do you use ACC with that?
That's a different project. That's a different module. Okay. We have our own website and a product for our own company that this for the building industry, where companies can upload their models, and we have a variety of tools created and in development that they can then use on that. Things like compare tools, specialized tools to link models to product databases, and redlining combined with issue management, that kind of thing. So that basically that companies that people can work with, because in the building industry a lot of people don't have Revit, and then these people can now using the website to still contribute to the program, make comments without having to use the Revit model.
Interesting.
Then,
yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
And then we link that. Yeah. So that's what that's the main project we're working on. But we also have a lot of number of configurators that we work.
And configurator is always an interesting topic. I mean, if you just an advice, right? If any point in the future you'd like to show us what you're doing, we're happy to see it. So if you want to join one of those coffee breaks and showcase your project, you are welcome to.
It's a bit short time to display it now.
No, not now. In next one, we're going to do another coffee break in 2 weeks, so you can.
I know. I have the entire sequence in my agenda. I can't promise I will be joining every time, but
yes. It's just an interesting topic. I'm interested in that, so that's fine. Cool. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Thank you for sharing. Always good to learn what partners and customers are doing. So let me move to other. If you have anyone else have any other topics or questions, please open up the microphone. You can open the camera as well. We are welcome to. Or are we just warming up for New Year? Maybe that's what's happening.
Gustav, can you make
Yes.
a recursive invitation for that event? Because I used from the last year.
Sorry, say again.
Or can you send the link from the, because the coffee break, I used the link from the last year, from the last meeting to came here.
Yeah, it is the same. So it is the same link, same way to join. What happens there is that I renew it for one more year, because if I do it, I cannot do it indefinitely. I have to specify how many times I want to do it, right? So I did it for 2023 now. So the same link should be working. And but yeah, I think what I can do is to resend you the invite. I can try to do that. All right, anything else? Hope you are having good prospects for the year.
The auditorium is very quiet, so I need to ask something to break the ice.
Yeah.
What about the application? Because I'm planning for a long time to raise that question about documentation and what we as a community can contribute to the documentation. Because it is almost like Indiana Jones adventure. If you want to search for something, it is an adventure, especially for the viewer. Everything is in one sentence explained, or missing something, or examples with some codes doesn't work. Can we make some open source project and start to contribute and grow that topic to be much more in detail, for example? Today, I with one example from the Peter Gross about changing material. And when I try to open, for example, a documentation about panels that is on Autodesk.ue panels model, I think, is only one sentence about complete class. Is it possible one sentence? Should be some methods, properties, or something else, but it is not there. Can we contribute somehow, write some blogs and put that in that to make it clarified, more easy to understand?
Yeah, thank you for feedback, and thank you for proposing that. It's a good idea. We don't have today a way for contributions. We can definitely work on that. I would say that if you see something that is not good in the documentation, report to us, so we can work on that. But yeah, I think we can definitely look into ways for people to contribute. We don't have that yet, but we can definitely work on it. I think would be like guidelines for how to contribute. That's probably something that we could investigate. Yeah. But if you're talking about the panels documentation, right, on the viewer, I suspect that one is not that good. So yeah, definitely something that we could all work on.
Yes. Also, there are some links. For example, if you click documentation, there is a link. You will jump somewhere that is not related to what we are looking for, or the link is not linked with another topic. You will stay but stay on the same place. So there is some mistakes, and there is something that missing, complete explanation missing for some comments or functionality or something else.
Yeah, so let me show you something quickly then that could be part of that, so that could help you. Let me show you here. Why it's not? Okay, so you see that when I go to any any page on the dev portal, right? So if you see that something is that's not good as it should be, there is this feedback purple thing here. Yeah. And where you can just say that was helpful or not. But if you go next, let's say it was helpful for now. Click next. You can write down something that is not there, and we can. This is more like I know this is not what you are asking. Is this is very specific? Like there's some broken links here, something that could be fixed on this page. Once you submit this, we get that point to the page, so we know that where you are pointing, right? So that could be something for you to report, something that is amiss there, if there's anything.
That's okay. This is also contribute on that way, but this is a contribute. Find something and to report it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, contributions would need to be something that we need some guidelines and ways for people to contribute. Would need to investigate how to do it. I know that some other documentations they do that. We do that on the tutorials. So if you go here on the tutorial, I believe that at the very bottom there is a edit this page, and that's possible because this tutorial is available on GitHub. So there are a few steps that we could do to for you to contribute. Right? So in this case, you can contribute. You can just edit, go to the repo, right, and submit a PR. So it's there. It's public. So you can contribute here. But the rest of the documentation is not there yet.
Yeah, that's excellent. Because I have some comments about API and because there is example from the Node.js in C# section. Maybe that is just mistake.
Yeah. But there's some missing samples, right? And the one, especially in the viewer, there are some missing pieces specifically. And I know, just to give an example, right? The one you were talking about was the panels.
Example here.
What is
UI
again.
and property panel. It's only, but should be add the property on property change or something else method should be, but there is no.
Yeah. So good thing here is say no. And next, where is it? Missing methods of this. Yes. I think I have to log in here, but yeah, no, it's just generic one. But yeah, that at least goes to our list of things to do. Thank you, Najat. Okay. That's a good point. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's being more open also means getting more contributions and more feedback, right?
I would like to add something to this comment. What might help is if there is a bit more high-level information. Right now we have most of the API calls are described, have a description, what you need to supply, and a lot of them also have what kind of error response you can expect, what kind of error message you can expect. But for things like the extensions for the viewer, there is no documentation about what is possible. So basically, if you know the function, it will show the documentation will tell you how to call that function, but there's nothing that tells you which function you should call. So you have if you try something new, and you haven't never tried before, then you now have to look through the entire API to see if there is an API call that will do what you want to do, what you need. But there's no overview what's possible.
Oh yeah, okay. You mean like on workflow perspective, like
for workflow kind of what kind of extensions are possible, what's not possible, and so that so you get what kind of keywords you need to look for if you want to do something specific. because there's a lot of
Makes sense.
possibilities with this API, but it's not always clear how to go about it, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of research to find the exact API call or set of API calls that you need to make. And if there is some way to get a bit more, just basic documentation about how to use this entire API, not the calls themselves, but what parts of you will need to do something, that would be extremely helpful.
Yeah, I think
for new programmers mostly.
Yeah, I think we're talking more about workflows, right? What is possible, what is not possible, samples, discuss ideas. Yeah. Something we can definitely explore a bit more. I think we have some of that under the solutions tab, but it's not that complete. So yeah, to explore a bit more.
The best way now is just you look at the examples. And hope that you find an example that does what you want, and then you can find how it's done. But it's a bit of a hit and miss. There's something
so,
that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was finished.
Yeah. So something that something that is good here is that we have we are recording, right? So I can send that to the documentation team so they can explore some of that. All right, cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Good feedback. I'll definitely move that. Any other topics? We are just about to finish. So I think we have maybe time for one more question or one more topic.
Oh, we have the accelerator coming, right?
Oh yeah, that's important.
Good
right?
opportunity.
Thanks, Sean. Let me share here. Actually, I have 3 accelerators coming, right? One in San Francisco, early February, then late February in Pune, India, and mid-March in Copenhagen. So that will be more focused on sustainability. It doesn't mean that if you have a different project, you cannot apply, but we'll try to get as much as possible on this team. So if you have a project around this team, it could be you could benefit more. So 3 coming. We have more after that. We're always trying to do one per month. So that's the idea here. So for you guys in Europe, maybe Copenhagen is a good place to go, or you're also welcome to come to San Francisco. Thank you, John. Yeah, good point. And with that, let me start closing up. Okay, so as usual, the next coffee break in 2 weeks, same time, same link. I'll try to resend more of the invitations, so you have a better link, as you mentioned, but the same link. So, and I cannot do it indefinitely, but anyway, see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for joining today. Thank you for the conversation. Happy New Year. I hope that 2023 will be great for everyone. And yeah, thank you guys. See you soon.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you all. Happy New Year.